Okay. I am testing out my audio here. I think that's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. Is it better with this off? Kind of. It's more crispier, isn't it? I don't hear the fan, which is good because the fan is bad. All right. That's a little loud. Is this better? That's better. It's a bit of a delay going on. All right. And get a couple more things going here. Just a couple more things. Okay. So we are going to do a Blender stream today. Um, and it's gonna be really fun. Um, we're not gonna do the same model that we did last time because I actually lost that model. So we're gonna be starting from scratch today, and we're gonna see how far we get. I don't know how long the stream will be, but we'll see how long. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this live stream, and let's get on with it. I hope I'm not too loud. There we go, that's better. Okay, so we're gonna be starting with this, and I want to go over here like that. Okay. Go to my units. Hmm. I'm gonna go over to here and do the. First, I think I should. I don't know. Mark the scenes. And then unwrap. Why is it like that? It's weird. It really should not be like that, but okay. I guess that works. All right. So now go back to layout. Okay. How tall is this? Hmm. So that's the first crop. I think you can kind of tell what we're trying to make here. Does that count as one? And does that completely go away if I do shade move? Yeah, it does. Fine. Okay. I'm not gonna use my knife tool. Hmm. I think I overcomplicated the hat. Oh, shit. For the least efficient way of doing it. That's not gonna work. I'm having issues here. No. Okay. Hmm. Let's see here. Shit. Happened. What's that? Scared the shit out of me. I don't see where that is. Where is it? Hmm. I don't know how I fucked up so badly. I haven't really been talking a whole lot. I'm just trying to stay focused. You know what I really should have done? I should have applied the scale. I don't think that really helped. Don't you just want to hug this thing? It doesn't look too bad. I think this could be improved, but overall, it's not too bad. That looks like real snow texture. I mean, I say it looks like a real texture, but I think if I had like more of that type of feel and then more of like a like that, that's a lot better for snow. That looks 10 times better. Look at that. You probably can't see the difference, but it's like really high quality. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Shit. I did it again. It's like poo barns. It looks like it got stuck in poo or something. It looks so bad. Look at this shit. Alright. Okay. Do Control P again. And we're gonna just do the same exact thing that we did before with the displacement, the color ramp. So I actually learned this method a few days ago, and I've been using it a lot lately to get used to it. I may be a little bit overusing it, but I like the idea of making everything from scratch. So, so you plug your factor into there. Okay. Turn this to 4D. You plug the color into there. Plug this into there. You plug. You could plug this into the height if you wanted to, but you don't have to. You could plug the vector into there. Okay. And then just play around with the roughness until you get the desired look that you're looking for. Just that. And essentially, what this is gonna do is it's gonna make it look more realistic. You can also like swap this around like that, but I think for a for this one we should. What's that? That looks nice. I like that. How does that look? But with the modifier. It could be darker. Uh-oh. We got a little bit of a uh-oh spaghetti type of drink on. Fuck. So I gotta go back to UV editor. I gotta figure out where that part is. Sign. Oh, it's already signed. So, see here. It's completely gone. And that happens. So what in the world is going on? Oh. Shit, I don't know how to fix that. I guess just live unwrap, maybe? No, it still happens. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'll just reset. Uh-oh. Wait. Hey, reset. And then see, that's happening. Advance. Does it look better that way? So that's you right there. Found the problem. There we go. Oh, why can't I see it anymore? That's not good. My eyesight just really that bad. Back to 5. What the fuck? Excuse my language, by the way. I am just trying to figure this out. Okay, and then... Yeah, now it's working. Okay. Maybe not that. See, I was thinking not that dark. Then I don't know. How it it works. So it's not really that festive, I'm realizing. Like, it's the least festive snowman I've ever seen. Isn't that funny? Alright, so now I'm just gonna add a noise section. Oh, that's cool. That's a really cool effect that I just found. Holy crap, that's so cool. That is so fucking cool. just want like tiny details. Okay. Now, did I already mark these as scenes? I did. And did I already unwrap it? I did. Okay. That makes me happy. Did I already unwrap it? Okay. So now what I need to do is I need to go into edit mode. And I need to start editing these. Oops. Take a shot. Actually, no. Actually, no. I was gonna say take a shot every time I do that, but uh, you would probably end up dying if I did that. You would probably end up not surviving. That's more like orange. I want something that's like dead on red. Here. Okay. Am I stupid or is this? Why isn't this red? Oh no, that is red. Okay, that was weird. I don't know if I want them to illuminate like that. Like, we could definitely try to do something. Make a particle system, maybe? But let me see what the thing looks like for that. How's that look? It looks really boxy. Let's also do. Wait, I can't do it on here. I gotta do it on the object. Cheat smooth. Wait, it doesn't look too bad. It's still very weird though. And so now I'm thinking do a particle system. Children, simple. Yeah, 35 should be enough. And 35. And you can go down. And threshold can be set up. And you can go down. That's kind of what I was looking for with this one. Okay, and then let's turn this up to. Oh, wait. That's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Hmm. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. I have other ways that I can do things like that are a lot better. Come on. Let's go ahead and save as. Alright, guys, I'm going to take a break and then I will be back. Okay, I'm almost done, folks. Just got away from my dog. Alright. So I noticed that I dropped frames when I went into what's it called? So uh um so when I went into cycles I dropped frames. So um hopefully it doesn't happen again. But I think it's a cycle problem. But I did add an HDRI, so in fact I wasn't gonna do this, but I feel like I need to. Let me go ahead and add a hey, what are you doing? Let me add a what am I looking for? I don't know what I'm looking for, y'all. I don't know. I'm looking for like a thing that would stretch it. So like not a texture coordinate, but whatever it would be. Control P. Okay. So that's obviously not what I want. I want to get rid of that. I want to plug that into there. Okay. And then this looks like it doesn't have any effect on it. Fuck it, we'll add a boom. Am I dropping frames? No. I don't think I'm doing this right. I think I'm having some issues. Let me see. Now I can kind of see that. I just want it to be like kind of, like as if it's like scratches or something is what I'm kind of going for. So not really doing much for me, is it now? Let's see, W, maybe the W is what I need. I'm just doing like tiny little scratches. Like, you guys probably aren't. Here, I'm gonna turn down my audio here. You guys probably aren't gonna see the details that I'm trying to add, but I'm trying to add like these tiny, eensy weensy little scratch marks. But the problem that I'm dealing with is that it is so difficult to just do tiny ones like that, you know? It's so difficult. Like, it really shouldn't be this hard. Maybe I'm making it this hard by not knowing what I'm doing properly. Um, yeah, see, that's kind of what I'm going for, like that. But it's like, it's really not a big deal if I can't get it. But, um, if I can, that'd be nice. Because it kind of affects, like, you see little, like, white marks there? You probably can't. You, I mean, I'm looking, and you have to really look really close, so you probably can't see them. But I got these little white marks that I'm working with, and, they're, they're kind of, I don't know, they're kind of messed up a little bit, so maybe, we'll see if I back up on that, then that kind of fucks everything up, doesn't it? I think I do that. Yeah. There we go. That works. I really like the snow texture that I added. I know it kind of looks like weird and stuff, and I apologize for how weird it looks. Like it was not supposed to look this way, but area. No. Let's see. Guess I could just do this, right? Yeah, that's better. Okay. That's a lot better. So we got these little decorations here, and I learned something about this. So, if I was to get out, let's say I got out a, I'll change it to here real fast, okay? Let's just say that I got out like a curve, right? And let's just say it was like a Bezier curve, okay? So, and let's just say that I moved it down, okay? And let's just say that I moved it up, okay? And let's just also say that I added a well, I can't add what I want to add to that for physics. So let's just say that, oh, it doesn't matter. I think I messed up. I gotta like convert it to a mesh, don't I? So first thing I gotta do is I gotta do a solidify on it, I think. Yeah, I think that's what I gotta do. No, that's not what I gotta do. Okay, hang on. Give me a second, because I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm gonna figure it out, okay? So we're gonna convert this to um a mesh. That didn't do what I wanted. That. Okay. So there was something I was gonna show you guys, and that was um curve to two. I could have done that, I guess. I gotta add geometry to it, and I don't know how to do that. I forgot how to do it. Maybe it's an edit mode exclusive feature. Maybe. I don't see it. Something draw. Um, it won't let me add a particle system to it. I gotta figure this out. Geometry here. mm, mm. I think I forgot how to do it. Object data properties. Increase the bevel depth. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Object data property. Increase the bevel depth. That's that's what I had to do. I'm sorry about what I just did. Okay, so now I can convert it to a curve. But that doesn't. Oh, it does out of physics. But I still can't use a hair. Oh, I'm stupid. I just remembered. Okay, so I gotta click this, and then I gotta add a particle system to here. And then I gotta change something over here to fix that. Physics. Ah, there it is. That's what it is. Okay. So, okay. Is it that? That's not right. Here. Convert to map. And now I can go to, what is it, render? Is that what I'm looking for? You think I'd know this stuff, right? Like, you think I would have researched it ahead of time, which I did. I'm not saying that I never researched it, but at the same time, it is kind of funny that I probably should have had this better. But you get my drift here of like what I'm trying to do. I'm trying. Yes. So now I can have it be this. And what that's gonna do, take a look. So do period. Okay. And period. So it's gonna be the candy cane, which this looks so cool already. So privileged. Actually, we don't need a whole lot. We really. I don't even need that many. I just need like maybe just a couple. Like 5. And really, the reason why it's like this is because it's not rotated properly. Oh, holy shit, look at that. Look at how crazy this looks. So now, did I lose frames? No, I'm still good on frames, I think. Right? I'm still okay. Yeah, that's 24 minutes ago when I lost frames. Okay. But So now you go to the advanced, and that's going to add physics, and it's going to also add rotation. And what you're going to want to do is, you know, I didn't have the thing ready when I did this. So what I really want to do is I'm going to get rid of this particle system. They didn't do it right. But now I remember how to do it. Okay, and so I'm going to move this there, and I'm going to move this back to where the origin point is. So, and it's really important that you do this step because what's going to happen is if you don't do it this way, your your stuff is going to be all messed up. And so it's best to have the origin point right where it's at, and then apply scale, and also apply rotation. So I'm going to do Control A and apply Alt Transform. That's what I'm going to do. Because I believe that what that does essentially is it says, hey, I want stuff to be right in the right spot. You know, that's what it's saying. It's like, it's basically, you're basically saying to Blender that, hey, I want whatever I make, I want it to uh, be a certain way, basically. You know, I don't want it to be, see, because that's, I'm glad that I did this because this looks so nice right here already. So then you go to collection, no, object, is what you go to, and you click that. And I believe that that's gonna, yeah, that looks a lot better already. But I don't think it fully fixed it though. So that's unfortunate. Did it fix C and now I want object. Oh, that's what I want. Okay. I don't need that many, I just probably need like maybe or maybe 30 most. And I really need speed. Can I just do 10? See if it works. I really don't need that many. But I do need it to be like kind of big. Because it's see, that's all over the place. Right? But if I scale it down maybe. Mm, I know it doesn't look that great. I think what's gonna help it is if I do this and this up. Move this down. Oh, I guess I can't do that. But do hair. Do interpolated. Scale it down. Where it's not huge. And I should be able to do like textures and stuff. Oh, the material. Let's do green. Okay. Just for an example. And I'm gonna do spruce looking one. Okay, and we're gonna go back to our particles. And we're gonna do oh no. Yikes. Okay. I'm pretty far down on the playlist. Okay, that's what I want to do. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the shading tab. They're so big. I did not call for them to be big. I wanted them to be a reasonable size. Not huge, but reasonable. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I think you get the idea though of what I'm trying to do here. Like at least I'm hoping that you get the idea. I'm trying, but I'm also failing to get this all figured out. Remove that. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to bring up like that. Maybe that might. Maybe I don't need the children. Maybe I can just do. So yeah, you'll see what I'm doing. I'm gonna get rid of the clump. I still have the issue of of the of not having things that I need. Like I feel like it's still there's still an issue going on here, and I can't put my finger on what the problem actually is. The issue is that they're all lined up together like that, and I don't want that to happen. Object rotation. Scale. I don't want that. I don't want that. Okay. Not like. Mm, that's better. Well, where's that at? Uncheck what? Okay, that's better. That's a lot better, actually. Holy crap. Okay. Who would have known that would have helped fix it? Yay, I did it. I did it, y'all. I did it. So that's all I had to do was just that. That's funny. So now you can literally put anything on there and make it be a particle. You could also do another particle system here. Function. And then rotation. And so you could do quite a bit with it. I know it's not like groundbreaking stuff, but like if you're making tiny things like this, it really does add a lot of depth, I think. I just took random things that I've done. In fact, I'm gonna actually take a screenshot of that. I took a screenshot of it. But you could do a lot of stuff with this. You could do like again, it's not groundbreaking. But like for instance, if you wanted to do lights, you could do lights. If you wanted to do um if you want to make it into a instead of a Bezier curve, you could do a circle, and you could add a particle system to it. Um, you can do really anything. You can have it be a part of a building. You can use an array modifier for it. Um, I think the only difficult part is making sure that everything is properly UV unwrapped. Because like earlier when I had the issue with the snowman hat, I really didn't think about making the object that I put on it. I didn't think about making it be less what's the word I'm looking for? Less um geometry. I didn't think about making it low poly. I thought that it would be fine just what it was, and I should have messed with the settings, you know? So things like that, like what I would say is like as soon as you have made your model and you know exactly what you're doing with your model, it is important to mark your seams and UV unwrap everything right when you get the opportunity to. Because what I do is I don't do that a lot of times, and then I end up messing up. And a lot of the times, it's because of the UV, which can be a pain in the ass. It the From what I've learned with UV unwrapping is basically it's telling Blender like you're telling Blender where you want the image to go. So if you make your own textures from like a third party app, a lot of times you're gonna want to maybe export the UV layout after you're done UV unwrapping it, because then you get to know where everything is. And like for humans, it's harder when you're making a human or anything that moves for that matter. It's harder because you have to keep in mind the topology, which is the geometry, and you have to make sure that it's not too much because it'll cause problems when you go to do the armature, which is basically to make an animation. And so there are certain things, there's a certain pipeline you have to follow when you're doing animation. Um, whereas for this, we're not doing animation. I could do one. Um, there's a way to make emissions flash. I thought that's pretty cool. If you're doing different colored things, um, you should think about using the value node, which basically what that does is it makes it to where you can change the hue and the saturation and stuff like that. It's kind of like if you were to go onto Krita, change the hue and saturation. It's kind of like that. In fact, it's really like that. Except it's harder to get the right color that you're looking for. So just remember that if you're trying to make an emission glow and you're using geometry nodes to do that, no, using compositor nodes to do that, it's very crucial that whatever you do, um, you make sure that you keep the saturation of the light and that you keep the original color of the light. So if you're doing Christmas lights, you're probably gonna have a hard time doing Christmas lights because there's only like maybe a couple of colors you can actually do at a time. You have to figure out what those colors are, how to do it properly, and you need to mess with your color management properties. Uh, Once you can figure it out, it looks really cool. You can start doing things like this. You know, you can make it into a particle system, um, which I think is really cool. You know, under emission. So why don't I ever have that? Or is it actually under emission? Because I looked under emission and not under there. I don't know where the it is. And there's also vertex groups. So if you want to mess around with vertex group, I've never done this part of it. Um, but personally, if you want to do that, you absolutely could do that. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. And what I like about this is that it's all procedural. So like what I did with the snowman, is I made a procedural texture. And what that does basically is it's like it won't stretch it out when you're trying to do stuff to it. And then of course I did this and I added a little bit of glossiness to that. Now I think on Wednesday, I think I want to do some building. So you'll see me probably on Wednesday. I won't. I don't know for sure if I'll be doing a live stream on Wednesday. Probably. Like it's definitely a possibility. I think it honestly depends on um what I feel like doing. Because a lot of times, like if I get up early, like today, I got up at like 5 in the morning. So I've been up since 5. And so I had plenty of time to plan out what I was gonna do. Like I knew that I was going to uh make Christmas decorations in Blender and use them as assets. And so now I'm able to do that. Um, and so there's a lot of cool things that you're gonna see. Now, you may be wondering, like, is this for Father Fabius? Who knows? It could be. But really, it was just me to try to get myself to continue to learn Blender because I've been messing around with particle systems lately. I've been messing around with procedural textures lately. So I wanted to hone in on my skills and see how far I could go. And um, so I'm liking the process. What I'll probably end up doing is using these as game assets. And full disclosure on how I figured out how to do this. A lot of this was tutorials that I found online. Some of it um, I did use a little bit of AI for to find the tutorials. So um, it could get things wrong, and a lot of times it does. So I don't rely on it too heavily. But so technically speaking, technically AI was used when I was searching it up because it's literally the first result that pops up on Google. So, um, that doesn't justify my means of using it. I know the issues with using that. Also, it's phasing through. I don't like that it phases through. Is there any way that I can add a collision? I don't want it to phase through the items. That's the thing. I have to figure that out. But anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna call it. Um, we made some progress, which is great. Um, I want to keep messing around with this. I saved it already, so I'm gonna save it again. Um, and so now everything is saved. Everything in this is saved. So you'll see me probably use these at some point in the near future. Like I said, I don't know what's gonna happen on Wednesday. I'm kind of conflicted. There's a couple more things I want to try out at some point. So if I can get into work, I just got to figure out what I can do there. Um, I'm learning that the origin point is very important when it comes to doing whatever you do. So it's tremendously important. And of course, now I can't get it back to the place it was at. Okay. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. So you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next live stream.